Hello again. Those of us with long memories know that between the 1950s and the 1990s, the population of London was falling. This was good, for it made room for people living in the city and meant that demand for services was not so great. This applied to everything from tube trains to A&E departments in hospitals. In the last 30 years, though, 2 million more people have come to live in London, and the population is still rising fast, putting great pressure on those who live there as they compete for doctors and dentists, water, buses and housing. I seriously doubt if many people have any idea just how crowded London has now become. We sometimes talk of places like Singapore and Hong Kong as being the most crowded places on earth, but trust me, they're nothing compared with London. Let me give you just one figure which will show you what I mean. I mentioned one of my books on the history of London yesterday. While I was looking for it, I came across this one. A while ago, this is one of I was commissioned to produce some guidebooks to London boroughs, one of which was this, Kensington and Chelsea. This was not, I have to say, the most interesting writing job I have ever had, not by a long chalk. One thing which I did discover while researching for this book was that Kensington, which of course includes districts such as Notting Hill, Earl's Court, Portobello Road Market, and most famously the Grenfell Tower, is one of the most crowded places on the face of the earth. Hong Kong has an average of 6,300 people per square kilometre. Kensington is twice as crowded, with 12,495 people crammed into every square kilometre. I was very surprised to learn just how jam-packed this part of the city was, but it's not the most crowded part of London. The figures we use now are from the 2021 census, but it's no secret that they are very wide of the mark, and there might well be another million people living in inner city areas that we don't even have any record of. There was good reason for many people not wishing to reveal their existence in the census in 2021. A lot of people are living informally in sheds and little huts built in back gardens. It was never going to be possible to count all those people. We saw in the aftermath of the Grenfell fire, of course, that nobody had any real idea how many people had been living in the building, or indeed even how many flats there were there. This situation is replicated across many parts of London, but nobody really likes to talk about it for some reason. And so London continues to grow. It doesn't grow in the sense of spreading outward and increasing in area, which is how this city used to grow, but in that more and more people coming to live there are somehow cramming themselves into every nook and cranny, until the only answer is to build ever more tower blocks and make them taller and taller. In Ilford in East London there was once a department store called Bodger's just opposite the station. It closed down a few years ago, and a 42-storey tower block is to be built on the site. There was another department store called Harris and Gibson's in the High Road. That's now being gutted and it's being turned into more housing. They're even closing down the Sainsbury's supermarket, which is a stone's throw from the station in Ilford Lane. They're going to demolish that and turn that into another housing area. The need for more housing all over London is absolutely desperate, because almost everybody who arrives in this country heads for London. And so the population continues to rise, as do the number of skyscrapers in which to house them. Not only is the population of some parts of the city now twice as dense as Hong Kong, the number of tall buildings is making it start to resemble a crowded Chinese city visually as well.